Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Living BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. We're back for another 5 things we think you ought to know. It's a test to see can we keep things short and sweet. We try.
Yeah.
Sometimes. This time we're talking about Funishment, which I know a lot of people engage in.
Yes, it's a popular thing.
We only do kind of, sort of, sometimes.
Yeah.
We go for something a little bit different most of the time. But every once in a while there's a little bit of, no, Daddy, don't. When I really mean, yes, Daddy, please.
Oh, baby girl.
So let's talk about Funishment, because I think even for those people who engage in it regularly, there are a couple things that you probably need to be reminded about on occasion. So first thing is, let's define what Funishment is.
Okay.
I think it's a word that people hear all the time, but they might not always have an idea. It's a combination of the words fun and punishment. Sometimes you'll hear it referred to as play punishment.
Yeah.
So it's basically air quote punishment that is meant to be fun and playful and light and not to correct behavior.
Right.
Right. This is not, you did this bad thing, you're in trouble. It's more like, oh, you did a bad thing, wink, wink. Well, now you're in air quote trouble. But it's the trouble that you wanted.
Good trouble.
Good trouble. Yeah, good trouble. So let's get into these 5 things.
Okay. Number 1, Funishment can be a way to explore new kinks as part of role play.
So not every kinkster will agree with this.
No.
But for some people, Funishment is role play. It's a way to play with that, oh no, I've been a bad girl, I'm in trouble. Will you spank me? Will you hit me with this thing? Will you do this thing to me? And for the other partner to go, oh, you're in trouble, let me punish you. And it's a way of exploring different elements of kink and power exchange in what some people might consider a not so serious way.
Right. More lighthearted way.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 2, it's sometimes used in place of communicating your needs clearly.
So I have given side-eye to Funishment for many years, and this is why. I'm not saying everybody who does Funishment does this, but I have absolutely seen people who what they wanted was a spanking, and instead of going, can you just spank my ass? They worked themselves all the way around it and did a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, even in some loose, light agreement with their partner, they're not, quote, supposed to do in order to get the thing that, quite frankly, sometimes it's just quicker and easier to go, look, will you just beat my ass tonight? That'd be great. I would really appreciate it.
Kind of like when I walk by you and you jut your ass out and wiggle it. And...
Yeah. I'm communicating my needs. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the playful way of getting that kink activity that you both mutually want. But I also don't think that using Funishment in place of being able to say, I want this thing, can I have this thing, is necessarily a good thing all of the time. I think you need a balance. If you're going to play with Funishment, great, play with it. But also be in a position with a partner and within yourself to be able to communicate your needs as well.
True. 3, not everyone likes Funishment.
Yeah, can we just, talk about this? So... I see Funishment a lot in brat dynamics where the sub is very much a brat and they're playful and they're sort of fighting it or forcing it, and that's
feisty and sassy.
Yeah, and that's part of how they express their submissive side, and that's part of how they relate in a relationship. Not everybody likes that. Not everybody relates to a brat, and if you are being bratty without ever having the very adult conversation of saying, hey, guess what, I'm a bit of a brat, then you may easily come across somebody who doesn't see that as fun and playful and sees it as disrespectful. And next thing you know, they're trying to negotiate a real punishment. And you over here like, I just wanted some fun and playfulness. Other people don't want to play at punishment or play at certain types of ways of getting their kink on. They want it to be a lot more straightforward, negotiated.
Number 4, don't assume your partner knows when you're seeking Funishment.
So what brought this whole video up, and I think we're going to have a longer podcast episode on Funishment in the future, is because I got several emails from people who were like, I was trying to have fun and be playful, and I was seeking Funishment, and my partner took that as disrespect, and now they say I'm not a real submissive and I'm heartbroken. Right. Because if we don't clearly communicate our needs, our partners don't always know what we're doing?
Yeah, and you kind of have to gauge your partner's mindset at the time too.
And this goes directly into the next point, but also I would never try punishment without at least having some kind of conversation about it first. Like, hey, I like to play this way. Do you like to play this way? Because sometimes you're going to find, back to number 3, they're going to be like, no, I don't like to play that way.
I mean, I'm a fan of punishment myself. I enjoy it. I like when she gets a little sassy sometimes. You know, it's fun. It's a fun aspect of the dynamic. But there are times I'm in a mindset that I've got stuff going on in my life, and she tries to pull that, and it's just the wrong time, and it does not go well.
It doesn't go well.
No.
It does not go well. And so it is ideal when you are on the same page. Now, part of that in our experience has been learning to read each other's moods. And even though I think I can read your moods, sometimes I get it wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a quick check-in. You can check in for any part of kink and kind of do the, hey, are you down for this kind of thing? And then see where your partner's at. I know I can hear some of my submissive siblings out there who are like, but that takes the fun out of it. Well, yeah, but what's less fun? Having a check-in real quick, or being completely cut dead, told off, you got the like dom look, dom tone, dom face, and now you feel like crap. I would rather take 2 seconds to check in.
And that brings us to number 5. Like any other form of play, punishment should be discussed, negotiated, and consented to.
Yes. So, if you know you like punishment, you like to play around with being, quote, bad or doing things, quote, wrong, lots of air quotes here, wrong, to get a certain kind of play, and you know that about yourself, when you're sitting down to discuss how you're going to interact in this power exchange, talk about that. Mention that. Hey, do you like this playful aspect? Hey, sometimes I don't want to just say, hey, can you spank me? I want to, like, make you spank me. Some people do see punishment as topping from the bottom. And I think if you've never had a conversation about it and your partner does not expect it, but they see that you are clearly angling for a very specific type of play, that I could see where somebody would perceive it that way. So it's always best to have the conversation, to let everybody involved in on what's happening and let them decide if they want to play or if they want to opt out.
I mean, for us, it's a very natural part of our dynamic because we both have a very similar sense of humor, like to have fun with our dynamic. So it meshes very well with who we are.
If you don't know, or you don't realize you have that side to you, and it kind of comes out at some point, if the reaction is good, great. If the reaction is not good, you'll have to talk about it later, but you should talk about it later anyway. So like you have your scene and you as a submissive or a bottom got really playful and your partner either responded or didn't, but let's say they responded to it. And you got the punishment, and you got the spanking for being a, quote, bad girl, bad boy, whatever. When you're done, like after your aftercare, in the aftermath, maybe the next day, bring it up. Say, hey, remember when we played like that? Can we do that more often? What did you think about it? Was that okay? And then you start the discussion from there. Because let's be real. While in a perfect world, every single thing we do, action we take as kinksters will be discussed, mentioned, negotiated, and consented to ahead of time. We're also people, and sometimes you just kind of go with a moment and you think you're reading a situation and you just try something. If it lands and it works, wonderful. If it doesn't, okay, you've learned some information. But no matter which way it goes, talk about it later. And then get on the same page and make sure everybody wants to do that. Punishment is no different. I think that people forget, because punishment has the word fun in it, and aren't we all having fun, they forget that not everybody's having a good time. Not everybody sees that as fun. Not everybody wants that. And sometimes you're having fun and your partner is in like crisis mode, and the playfulness you're bringing to the moment is not what they need. And so there's gonna be struggle, maybe might be the word. I wouldn't say strife and conflict, but just that natural kind of back and forth push and pull of people trying to interact with one another. And punishment is no different. It's not somehow on its own pedestal just because it's supposed to be playful. So that's what we think about Funishment. If you are totally into Funishment or not at all and have learned some things about it that we did not include in this list, please feel free to leave a comment below. Share your Funishment knowledge with everybody else. If you love Funishment, feel free to tell us why, because I play with Funishment, but it's not my go-to. And if you hate Funishment, I would love to know how you feel about it, how you think about it. Like, share with us. Let us all become enlightened together. But that is it for us this time. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, please, and thank you. If you like it enough to want more, please consider subscribing.
And once you subscribe, ring that notification bell so you get updates on new content.
Just do it, Daddy says. And if you want more of this, want to help us do more of this, want to get stuff you can't get anywhere else, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/killalords. Bye.